Hello YouTube, this is Western Kansas Prepper with my review of, I believe, the season finale of Doomsday Preppers, Episode 7. And once again, there are 3 contestants on the show, and I'll go through them one at a time and tell you what I think of them. I think one of them will have a little interesting ethical discussion on, hopefully. But anyway, I'll go in order of who I thought was least to most prepared, as I usually do, and then I'll put them on the big board. So, First Lady, this is her with her daughter, calling her Nightmare Redhead Mom. And that's because, given the whole quirky theme of Doomsday Preppers, they have to say, ooh, she's a lunatic. She has dreams about the end of the world, and she's following through on her dreams, so she must be a lunatic. I don't know. I don't know if they blew that out of proportion or what, to make her look more kooky. But that's what they did. So, she's sort of afraid of some type of global weather event, something like that. I don't know. If she's truly afraid of a global weather event, I don't know why she didn't talk about her location, where she lives. If you're worried about global warming, you think you'd want to be off the coast so the sea level doesn't, get you, that kind of thing. Or if you're worried about, super hurricanes or something, get off the coast. If you're worried about earthquakes, get out of an earthquake zone. I don't know. I don't know what she's worried about. Anyway, maybe she's just more generally prepared. They were just kind of like some of our other preppers on the list. She was just learning about the world of firearms. Picked herself out a Glock 17 to shoot at the range, which is a good choice. Perhaps for a female, you might want a Glock 19 or 26 or something like that, but 17 will work, and like they say, it's a good model to choose because it's very common. They have a lot of parts, but they were just learning about it during the show. So I think, sorry about the jerkiness there. I think they might have a little work to do on that part of their prepping. They had a pretty good food supply built up in their basement. They had a good plan with their daughter to go down to the basement if things are bad. They obviously have no bug-out plan whatsoever. They don't appear to have... They have some water stored up. They don't have a lot. I didn't see a lot in the way of filtration methods. The husband was kind of... He was kind of handy. He was trying to make things like his charcoal mask. I don't know what else he's making. They didn't really spend a lot of time on him. I don't know what else he's trying to do, other than he's trying to learn to break into cars. I agree that could be a useful skill in a WROL situation. So maybe that is kind of related to bugging out. So in the end, I don't think that they're quite where they want to be, but they're not they're not completely off base with some of their preps, and I think they're doing okay. So that brings me to number 2 on my list for this show, which is these people, who I am calling the Hippie Silo Couple. What else would you call them? That's not to be confused with the other missile silo guy. I guess I'm surprised that there are 2 people with missile silos in the show, but they're the second group to have a missile silo, except this is much different than the other one. The other guy's doing it for profit as an industry. Had a bunch of people signed up to do it. They appear to be just doing it with their close group of similarly minded hippie friends. And even though they have a missile silo, it doesn't seem like they've thought things through very carefully to me. And I don't know how other people feel about them. Might have some interesting things to say about this couple, but the guy alludes to, I have a weapon, I'm seriously trained in it, and I'm not going to say nothing else about it. I don't know. I don't get the feeling that he practices with it very much or knows, has a very good variety of, things to do with that. His wife apparently has no training with it. And the thing that troubled me about them the most, I think, was the people they chose to make part of their prepping community. It's good that they have a prepping community, but not everybody needs to be a hippie, It's fine that maybe those are their friends. I don't know, it's kind of weird they said they were west of Topeka in Kansas, which is my neck of the woods. So it's kind of hard to find a group of hippies west of Topeka. East of Topeka it's pretty easy, but west of Topeka it gets kind of hard. So I can probably guess where they're at actually based on that. But anyway, you know, they had a spiritualist and a alternative healer and something else. You know, that stuff's all well and good as far as, you know, entertainment value, but you need people with legitimate skills to be part of your group. People that are like, you know, doctors, you know, mechanics, military training, engineers, you know, people with viable skill, even blacksmiths, you know, farmers, whatever. The people they chose, you know, appeared to be not well suited to prepping, so I don't know. You know, it's you can't deny they got a missile silo. That's a nice feature of prepping. You know, I mean, how many preppers out there wish they had a missile silo? You know, pretty nice, but I can't say that they're taking full advantage of it. And they bought themselves a little security system. What happens when the grid goes down? You know, I didn't see anything about that. The grid goes down. Do their cameras work? You know, what do they do? I don't know. I imagine their jacuzzi won't work. And, you know, I chose this picture intentionally of them in the jacuzzi because this type of, I mean, I don't think it's, you know, wrong to have a few luxuries to spare yourself to make things easier when times are hard, but that just sort of displayed to me their cavalier kind of attitude about the whole enterprise. So, I don't know. So, I put them number 2 on the show. Leads me to number 3.